Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're going live in 2024. I'm just waiting a couple seconds here until it's officially 5:30. I said I was going live at 5:30. So, welcome. Let me know if you're here. I know we've got quite a number of people expected to come to this one because it's so important that we talk about registering for school. So, hi, I'm Erin with the Guided Autism Program. If we have not had the pleasure of meeting yet, what I do is I help parents go from feeling overwhelmed to feeling calm and confident when autism comes into their life. You may be a parent who suspects autism, or you may be a parent with a new diagnosis of autism. I help anyone who is new to autism. How do I do that? We do it together. Together, we build a customized roadmap that's based on the unique needs of your child and your family. And we do it together. So, one of the things that I want to outline today is when we're talking about registering for school, is that my day job, what I do during the day when I'm not doing the Guided Autism Program, is I work in special education. So I'm a learning support teacher at school, and I am in charge, beginning now, of receiving the registrations that come to school for new students. Mostly they're kindergarten students, but occasionally we get transfers from other schools. And it's my job to reach out to parents of children with special needs. So I am very familiar with this process. It will vary slightly from board to board, and the person that I am in the board that I'm in may have a different name or title than the person in the board or school that your child will be at. So just keep in mind that some things will be different, but the basic timeline here that we're talking about is going to be universal. So this is a really important information session if your child is going to school in September. Please stay and watch to the end so that you get everything that you need. And since we're talking about the timeline of registration and how this all happens, if you would like a link to the PDF that I have of the timeline, just type timeline in the comments and I will make sure to send that to you when we're done. So, when do you register your child for school? And what if you haven't decided if your child is going to go to school? Then what? What do you do? So I'm interested in knowing if if you have already decided if your child is going to school, just type school in the comments there. Or if you're waiting and you're not quite sure, just type not sure, because I want to make sure that I'm speaking to everyone and answering all your questions. So type your questions in there too. So, why do you need to register your child for school now? It's January and we're talking about September. It's quite some time, but a lot happens at school between now and September. And what if you're one of those people, excuse me, who wants to wait and decide until later if you're going to register your child for school? And there's Terry. He will be starting next September, but we don't know what we need to do. Excellent. Terry, I'm so glad you're here. You are going to know what you need to do in the next 15 minutes, guaranteed. And if you still don't know, reach out because I will help you. If you're deciding if your child is going to school, it's very important that you decide now. Don't wait until the spring or the summertime to register your child. So the short answer to the question, can I wait and decide later, is actually no. You need to decide and register now. Here's why. This is really important that you understand this timeline. Schools staff their building for the following year in May. It will be done in May. So that means January, February, March, April, May. In 5 months, the school will know what the staff will look like for September, and that includes EAs. Okay, so that means by May, EAs have been allocated to support children. If you wait to register until the spring or June or even the summertime, the process has already been done and your child was not included in the process. I'm going to paint a picture for you from the school's perspective, which I hope will help you understand about working together, working in partnership with the school. So in March, so January, February, March, 3 months. In 3 months, the leadership team at the school, which is principal, vice principal, any kind of support staff like me, we will sit down and we will discuss all the children in the school who have special needs. So existing students who will be returning and incoming students. That's your child. Based on the information that we have for existing students from teachers, from the child, and from parents, and from incoming students, the only information that we will have will be from parents. We decide how support will be allocated. So, for example, one child might need toileting, and they might need toileting at a very specific time or times each day. That is not negotiable. They need toileting assistance. Some children might have safety issues while they're outside. That is not negotiable. That needs to be factored in. So support gets allocated to children who might be a flight risk at recess time. Some children have medical issues and require feeding or feeding tubes, or nursing care or medication. There are tons of needs that need to be supported. So each child's need is very intentionally discussed at these meetings, and care is taken to make sure that they have the support they need to be successful at school. You want your child's name on that list. You want your child discussed at this meeting, and you want your child's needs factored in to the plan for the following year. Let that sink in. This is why you need to register now. So imagine what happens on the school end of things. Registration, that meeting happens, support is allocated, the school submits a request to the board for the number of EAs that they need. They're allocated the number of EAs. They may or may not get what they ask for. And then they allocate the support accordingly in school. And then someone comes in June and registers their child, or July, or August, and they need support in September. Which child is the school going to take support from in order to accommodate a child who is just registered and requires support? Okay, keep going, Terry. I will be in touch with you because I can help you with that. Terry is saying that their son isn't diagnosed yet. You're still going to do what we talk about in this meeting now. So stay tuned. There's still going to be a plan for you. But I want to impress upon you that if you wait, literally every EA in the board has been placed. So that happens in May. If they don't know you're coming, there's no support, extra support there when you register. And then you'll be fighting an uphill battle. I hear so many stories of parents who are angry when they go in and register and say, the school can't help, the school won't help. And this is a myth that I want to debunk with you. The school wants to help. They want to advocate for the support they need to help educate your child. They are in the business of supporting children. So if you follow this timeline, you are more likely to get the support that your child needs. If you wait until the spring or the summer, then you're going to be trying to get the school to get the board to hire new people and place them at the school to help your child. It is quite an uphill battle if you wait. And oftentimes it literally can't be done. There's no one. So what's the strategy? So the strategy is you register in the winter right now for the following year. This goes for anyone who's changing schools as well. You must tell them that you're coming so they can advocate for the support staff they need to help your child be successful. Okay? So when you register, you need to tell them that you need to have a transition meeting. This is whether or not you have a diagnosis. So Terry, this is where you come in here. The transition meeting needs to happen before that EA allocation meeting. We do our transition meetings in April, sometimes at the end of March, right after the March break. So January, February, first couple of weeks of March, first week of March, registration. I'm going to be in touch with all of those parents who have indicated that there's special needs. I'm going to hope that parents are going to call the school if the form doesn't indicate well enough that there are needs there. Then I'm going to reach out to those parents. I'm going to schedule transition meetings for April. Then we're going to have that discussion, that meeting all together about the needs that are going to be in the building. We're going to submit a request for support staff, and then we're going to hope that we get what we ask for. So, number one, here's the strategy. You're going to register online. Every board, every school has a portal registration. You make yourself an account, you sign up your child. Number two, you're going to put as much information on that form as you can that's going to alert them to the fact that your child is going to need support or your child has special needs. Then you're going to call the school. And in our board, you would ask for the learning support teacher. There are other names for people in the same position that I'm in. So I don't know what those are across the province or the country. You could call and ask for support staff, a principal, a vice principal. Ask for a transition meeting so you can discuss your child's needs. That's number three. Number four, get a date for the transition meeting. And if you don't get a date while you're on the phone, tell them that you're going to follow up in a couple of days so you have that date. That meeting needs to happen before that other school meeting happens. Do you understand what I mean? Number five, take all the paperwork that you have to your meeting. If you have a diagnosis, take the diagnosis. Take copies. Leave these things with the school. Take your diagnosis, take any reports you have, take any discharge papers, take any notes that you have. Terry, this is where I come in because I have some stuff that you can put together for a package, even though you don't have a diagnosis. And then this part is really important. Number 6, the last thing. You either take your child to the meeting or you ask them to visit your child at their daycare if they are at a actual daycare, not someone's home. That is called a daycare visit. The school needs to see your child either in the meeting or in their learning environment. So you're going to register your child, you're going to book a transition meeting, and you're going to either bring your child to the meeting or you're going to ask the school to send someone like me out to visit your child in their learning environment. And then you're going to take all kinds of papers and notes and things with you when you go to the meeting. So if your child is starting JK, they are beginning an educational journey that could last 10 years at this one school. Elementary school is 10 years, it's a decade long. This is the start of you needing to advocate, work in partnership with the school, and be prepared for change all the time. You're the captain of this ship, and you are the constant in your child's life. All of the other things around them are going to change. Yearly, their teachers, their classrooms, their peers, those will all change. Administration at school will change. Support staff will change. You are the constant, and you are the leader of this team. That's why you register, you phone and tell them that they're coming. You bring them what they need to know who your child is, and you take your child in to be introduced. Start this school relationship off on the right foot. Follow the timeline. Give the school what they need, the opportunity to help and advocate for what they need to educate your child. They need time and they need information. Tammy, this is going to be really hard for my daughter with my grandboys asking for money. Tammy, you can still register. Get the registration in, make the phone call to the school, set up the transition meeting. Get all that done now. And I also want to make sure that you don't feel stressed out by this video, because I'm going to talk more during this whole time about what comes next and the steps that you can follow and how I can help you and how you can help your child and help the school. So the most important thing right now is registering. That's step 1. Go online, go into the portal, whatever that student portal, parent portal is for your child's board, and register them. That is the most important thing that you need to do. So Tammy, make sure that your daughter gets your grandson registered. Once he's registered, phone, tell them that you're coming and you need a transition meeting. We will talk about transition meetings. I promise you, we will get that all set for you. Okay? And then make sure the school meets your child. That is going to be really important too. Now, I have a PDF. If you would like the link to the PDF with this timeline, I can send that to you. So just post down below timeline and I will message it to you. And please don't panic. This is a timeline that's going to take the next 3 to 5 months. But If you follow it specifically, you will do everything you need to do to get supports in place. It doesn't guarantee that your child will get one-to-one support at school, but it will help your child get what they need to be successful and learn. If there's any more questions, post them in the comments just now before I sign off. But post timeline down there if you want me to send you that. And if you think of more questions, reach out, post them here. You can message me privately if you have questions, or you can book a call too. Book a call and talk to me. If you'd like to do that, just send me a message. I'll send you the link. We can have a 10-minute chat. I'm happy to do that. Register your child. It's really important. Tell them you're coming, and I will help you get them all of the information that they need to help your child be successful. Thanks for joining. Have a great Monday, everyone, and let me know if your child's registered for school, because we will move on to the next steps very soon. Have a great night and Happy New Year. Bye, everyone.